Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our daily market overview and NQ Playbook. Today, we're going to start by looking at some data. Together, we have Patrick and Maciej. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, investors.
Good morning.
So I think today we're going to have some economic data at 8:30. So we're going to go over the report. But before we start, I think very important, the first bank earnings report came out this morning. So we mentioned yesterday, if you followed the section, that obviously this week is going to be very important for banks. So we're looking here at the banking ETF, the XLF ETF. So we can look at the positioning. So first, let's look at the news. So JP Morgan forecast earnings this morning. So here it came out. We're also going to have Bank of New York Mellon. Tomorrow we're going to have Wells Fargo and all the other banks. So why is banking so important? Because banking tells us kind of like the status of the economy. So if the banking sector goes well, that means that consumers are spending. That means that the economic system is overall in a good state. So when we look at earnings, always look at the bank first, and that's also a reason why they report first, because it can give us a really good overview of the economy. So if we go back into the dashboard, if we look at the ETF, we see that let's focus on our Q score. We are still in a bullish environment, both from the option side and the momentum side, but we are very negative on seasonality, right? So maybe it's worth taking a look at that. When we look at our net gamma exposure and our matrix, we see that we saw a decrease or an increase in negative gamma from the previous day. We're still in a positive gamma environment, but we are seeing some kind of like negative gamma piling up in further expiration towards the first quarter, mid of the year. So monitoring how this change can be very, very important. We're also going to have a big OPEX for the financial sector on Friday. And basically the other thing that we can look for is, let's go back into our chart. Let's look at the JP Morgan chart here. So here what we have is our swing trading levels and our gamma levels as well. They're going to load up in a second. So if we look at the pre-market activity, we see that core resistance kind of acted as a rejection as we moved into the event. So this was just ahead of the release. We moved all the way up to core resistance. This was rejected, and of course we had the event. And also just look at here, which is the lower band. T-5 means this is the last swing level from 5 days ago that can become a supporting tool. So if we go back to our dashboard, we can look at the swing model right here. This is the level for today. So this would be, sorry, I have XLF. Let me open up JP Morgan. So here we would have the levels for today, which is 313, which would be our T-1 level that you see here. The T-5 is still very important because it's the level from 5 days ago. So today is still a very big level at play. So watching out for this area here can be very important. I don't know, Patrick, if you want to add anything here.
Of course, I want to add something, because the goal here in this session and in all other morning sessions what we have is educate you as much as possible, that you understand how you can use our levels, how you can use MenthorQ and become a better trader for 2026. And when we're talking about call resistance, gamma vol 0 DTE, why we were seeing some reaction, why is call resistance acting as resistance, and what's the difference between call resistance and gamma vol from you?
Yeah, so in this case, so gamma wall will mean normally they are on the same level, because gamma wall is the level with the most kind of positive gamma for 0 DTE's option. So it's very likely going to be in the same area. When we look at the core resistance 0 DTEs, we are only looking at the next expiration. So when you look at 0 DTEs, it's just a label. For stocks, we always look at the Friday expiration. So that would be the next expiry. So again, we mentioned that there is about 42% of gamma expiring on Friday for JP Morgan. So it's a very big expiration. So this would be the January 16 OPEX expiration for JP Morgan. And the core resistance would be this kind of like large green bar right here. So this 330 level that we can then go and see on the chart. Sorry, I didn't share that. So here is what you see. This is the net gamma exposure for only these expirations, which is the next weekly. And then the level that you see there will be plotted right here. So we have our core resistance 0 DTs, our high HVL 0 DTs, and we will also have our put support 0 DTs. So those only look at the next expiration. Why are they relevant? Because there's a lot of gamma expiring on Friday, and we have less time to expiration. So the gamma exposure of those options is going to be more sensible. So we're going to see probably more reaction around those areas.
That's a good point. And also, I think it's a really good and interesting point for the people. When we're talking about 0 DTE, Fabio, you were saying about the next expiration, and on stocks, we're looking on to Friday, correctly?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So stocks do not have daily expiration, so they only have weekly. So for us, we use the same label just for simplicity. So the kind of 0 DTEs for stocks would be the next expiration.
And for earnings, so when we have, for example, now JPM, or we're looking into the ETF, XLF, makes this really more sense in looking into the 0 DTE, or is this also really powerful in looking into the major ones, call resistance, high vol, and put support?
So I would say kind of both, because of course we don't have daily options like we do for SPX or QQQ or the futures. But when you see, like for example, when you look at the matrix and you see that the next weekly expiration has such a large amount of gamma, then that becomes kind of like a very important magnet. So looking at those levels, especially combine the levels with the data on the dashboard, because that's going to give you an additional picture. So when you open up, for example, this chart and you see this really big kind of bar there compared to, for example, what we have here. So you see like the amount of gamma at that level, that's very, very high compared to looking at the full chain. So that area there will be very, very important.
All right. We have one question about the updates from the levels. On TradingView, how people can update the levels if they have a different timestamp, like what you're showing?
Yeah, so there are 3 ways, and we have a new video available that was released yesterday. So there are 3 ways for updating the levels. So first step is the timestamp here is very important. At the top right, the levels are last updated. So if you're using end of day level, make sure that the date is obviously as of yesterday, so last night. This is correct. If you see an older level, then that means that your level is not updated. So let me just clear this up. There's 3 ways of updating the level. So I just added another indicator and I see a blue icon right here. If you hover it, it will say update available. So right now we can see that the timestamp for these intraday levels is from yesterday at 1 p.m. So obviously out of date levels. So I can click here, click on update to the latest version. I can also right click on the 3 dots and I will have an option to update the script right here. So either this one or click on here, update to the latest version. And if this doesn't work, then what you need to do is, so here you see that I have new levels are going to be coming up in about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So I can either remove and re-add the indicator. So I could come here, remove, re-add it, And if that still doesn't happen, just refresh your TradingView screen. So just refresh. So that should fix like the majority of the issue that you see.
Amazing.
How to refresh your application from the web, or maybe normal? You use F5, the special key on your keyboard. So no worries. As usually, refresh, and then usually voila, everything coming back, and restart.
All right, cool. I would say we have only 13 minutes left. So as I said before, today we were making a little bit more special because we have CPI. We personally think it would be much better to have maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes live trading commentary or live trading with us together when we have the CPI and then showing the charts. For me, I won't be more putting some education in the session, maybe for 5 minutes, for what was happened yesterday. I was recapping the call, what we have on Monday, what I was saying to you guys here on the chart. And I won't be going into this because I think it's really, really important to understand how MenthorQ is working, how the levels could be helping you. And that's why you find all the notice what I was saying basically yesterday here on my NQ chart. So first things first, I was writing down on the bottom what is in the play. We were seeing this on JP Morgan, and I was asking you, I would say, a beginner question, Fabio. I was saying to you, hey, is more call resistance USDT important, or is more call resistance important? And I would say the answer is always, it's important what is in the play at the moment. And we was talking about this yesterday. We was mapping out the range from 1-day min to put support and put support USDT. Then we was saying the next level was really important is high vol and high vol USDT. And then of course the call resistance USDT with the gamma vol USDT and call resistance. We was also saying to you guys, look always to the left side. What are the levels telling you? And where you can read at the moment break on the left side. We was saying, okay, let's wait until we hitting high vol or high vol USDT to see a breakout to call resistance or gamma vol and call resistance USDT. And after this, take the top and take the short. And this was really one good example from yesterday. And as you listen to us, maybe to Maciej or me very often, and you be in the program with us together, we're talking every single day about one thing: having a plan A, having a plan B, and having a plan C. Why is this important to have a plan A, B, and C? Because not fall in love in one direction. We want not have maybe some bullish bias. We want not have a bearish bias. We want to have a clear, open mind. We are open for everything. That's why plan A for the long side, what we want to see for the long side. And you can read also the range what I was mapping out for you yesterday. And I was saying GEX3, GEX4 is for me the 50% range. So if you're breaking from the 50% range, plan A is a really good one. Or if we're breaking down, then plan B is a good one for short. And then from 1-day min, we have open space, and there was the lower band. Plan C is, you see the dot. This is where we was at the moment. And I was saying to you guys, I don't like where we are at the moment. I want staying out of the market. So this plan C. I want first see how the market will be reacting. And then we was also talking about ES. And let me know, guys, if you see now the ES chart. I see it on my end. I was talking about, Fabio, I like to have all the data on my chart because the data will telling me a story. And then I'm looking into the dashboard from MenthorQ. What the data was telling me yesterday, and also, Andre, you was posting something in the MenthorQ room. I was reading this, highly appreciate this. We were saying the data telling us we have a huge wall above us. And then we was also saying ES is at the moment a really good place for a box-to-box trade, where we can trade from one-day min to high vol, from high vol to put support 0 DTE. And I was also telling you, if you be in a long position, be very careful and get out of the trade on call resistance UDTE and gamma volts UDT. I was really watching the replay. If I was saying this really, I was saying this because I was also taking a closer look to the left side. How was ES reacting in the past? And with the wall, it was really, really crazy. It was working perfect. So that's why, guys, take always a closer look into the data, what the data on your chart telling you. And then we was talking about my favorite, and everybody knows me. I'm not trading without the VIX, because the VIX is for me really important, because this is my timing. And we was first talking about the gaps. Like you have the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the gaps. And in the last times, we was mostly, as you can see here on the chart, we was filling the gap. After we have an overnight gap, we was come down. Overnight gap, we was come down, and so on and so on. I was also talking about, hey, there's a high probability based on the history before that we fill the gap. And if the VIX comes down, most likely the market will be going up. And then, I don't know if you remind also on this, I was showing you what I'm teaching also my pro traders in the pro room about the hidden blind spots on the VIX, because we have no blind spots on the VIX, but there's something hidden. I was saying use the VIXI, and there was the VIXI put support 0 DT showing near GEX 1 on the VIX, where you can see here on the picture, and there was the A plus setup when we hitting put support or put support 0 DTE, call resistance or call resistance 0 DTE. Most likely we see some reaction on the market. And as you can see, there was the VIXI put support 0 DTE, where I was mapping out what was happened at the opening on the stock market. The market was on fire. It goes straight to the top. There was the hidden blind spot, the A plus. And this is something, guys, what I want to remember to you before we going now into the CPI, where we're taking a closer look how the levels are working today and all this stuff. To be just as reminder, guys, having always a plan, looking into the data, looking to the left side, trust the data and trust the process. As you were seeing today in the recap, it was working very, very well. And now I will pass this to Maciej, because we have only 10 minutes left. I think you have also something to say about gold. So let's dive in.
So gold morning on the beginning will be, I hope, the best thing what I can say. So from yesterday, as we was matching our levels, I'm not removing anything. So plan C, we create the box oscillating around 4600 on GCG. So the most traded contract right now. What we can expect for today? Today picture is a little bit different than yesterday. We have very clear map what is going on GCG. Right now we are sitting on HVL with blind spot 7. Above us, box of cluster, core resistance gamma wall, 1-day max, core resistance with blind spot 9. Is zone around $50 right now, 46.50 to 47.00. Later we have another gap near another 50 points on GCG, and we have 2-time blind spot with risk trigger from 2 days ago, and above 48 near 48.60 risk triggers from yesterday when we convert GLD to GCG. Below, what we can expect. First thing first, we have put support with 1-day min with lower band from yesterday and blind spot 6. The cluster is sitting around 45, 40, 50 plus minus as a first zone. Later we have a window, and what we get? Lower band from 2 days ago, exactly sitting with blind spot 10 and put support, so plus minus below 45, 44.75 as a median price. Our second support. Later, if we drop this zone, what we have? HVL sitting still near the gap from the beginning of this year, from the last week, which is still not covered. So I hope this is clear. So let's dive together and take a look what is going on with GCG. Whole gamma exposure right now from the option chain show us two main strikes, 47, 47, 50. Later another, we have 46, 65 plus minus, and supporting us zone 45. After crossing this, we are jumping to the negative gamma regime. What we can expect that there extended moves. Closer expiration, so today expire more than 4% of gamma. Main strike right now 46.50, later 47. Crossline 46.00. Then we are jumping to the negative gamma regime. A lot of negative small pale sitting here. So the zone from 46 to 45 is sitting with extended crazy moves. When we dropping here, if we stay above 46.50, then with time 47 should be our target. Another expiration tomorrow, 14th of January. We have a little bit different look. What we have? 46 plus minus zone, creating a bigger red pile, negative gamma, another one near 45. Everything what will be sitting above 46 stay in positive gamma regime. Main two strikes from the positive view 46, 46.50, from negative 45.80, and then we have a window to 45.25 when we have also support from another call resistance pile, call pale. So right now 5 minutes left to the data, so no worries. We can also jump to GVZ. Today we're starting from 25 points. This gives us zone around $70-80 per move predicted for today on GCG. We can also jump quickly to GLD ETF index. What we have right now on our charts from yesterday. Boom, big gap, and still what we have here, box. After crossing the box, what we can expect? Acceleration, directional move. But please be patient for this move, that this is not fake, it's confirmed. And then what we can expect? So let's clear our charts, let's map together everything before data coming, and then we will quick switch to futures chart where we have everything prepared for you, so no worries. Right now, quick mapping. Give me a second. This is how we do it. If you asking us sometimes how it looks, and boom, I hope that was such quick that we can right now see everything very clear. We can hide our indicators, and boom, clear map. Above us, 3 times resistance, 46.50 as a main, another 430, 435, below what is supporting us, 414, and later 405 as a median. So right now, we can also add some quick lines to have a very good perspective what is going on. Let's take a look. Maybe we will create a channel. So perhaps yes, what we can expect usually after touching bigger upper band reaction. But if we cross this and get acceleration, then oh boy. Right now, let's coming back to our MenthorQ labels. Let's jump also to check what is going on with GLD from intraday snapshot, the last one, the new one, before data coming. $430 main strike, later $435, so each time 5 points. After we drop below 420, then what we can expect, negative gamma regime, and still each time 5 points on this ETF show us a big pair of positive or negative gamma. GEX difference, as you can see, they are adding much more negative gamma to the market right now from the last snapshot from yesterday to till today morning. All expiration, still the biggest gamma sitting around 425. So let's check what will be happen in next 2 minutes. Patrick, would you like add something to this? Maybe you have some questions.
No, there's nothing. I'll be completely focused. Man, CPI
Okay.
is a
And the
really
last quick
important day
thing,
for us.
and the last quick thing, what we have, of course, our dollar index. We are near 1 day max. If we cross this, what we can expect? Coming to call resistance. But if we drop, what's supporting us? Call resistance with gamma wall and 2 times blind spots. Let's map this together as a zone. 1 day max as a first support, later call resistance. And below us, if we smash call resistance gamma wall with 2 blind spot zone, what I can expect coming to put support HVL 0 DTE and blind spot 5. Later another big cluster zone, put support with 1 day mean sitting around 98.5. So everything I hope is clear, and how we can have that kind of levels on dollar index, use futures euro, convert to dollar index, and right now it's time jumping to our charts. Less
Go.
than 1 minute left.
All right. I think everyone is waiting for this. Maybe Fabio, can you go to my screen at the moment? I think I share for you.
I think you need to share, Patrick.
Did I not share? All right. Give me 1 second. I will do it again. Let me know. Can you see it? 1 minute left.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Guys, take a closer look here at the wall from the ES. Take a closer look on the wall from SPX. And then we have here also a wall at the top. So we have 2 walls at the top. Let's see how they react when they're getting the data. And this is, I'll be on the 30-minute time frame. Here we go. Let's see. VIX is touching put support UDT. 1A plus setup is touching. Now let's see the reaction. And again, SPX, I think on SPX, the really important level is the 7,000, Fabio. If we were seeing also on our options matrix and on our net checks, the 7,000, how important the 7,000 is. Psychology level, it's the call resistance. So let's see how it works. And convert
CPI
Yep.
a little bit less than forecast, year of the year, month of the month, also 0.1 each CPI. Later, actual, we forecast the same. We have reaction market going up right now. We're crossing call resistance 0 DT and call resistance on NQ.
And
We are
Maciej,
not such a far call resistance on gold. Yes, come on, Pat.
I have one question.
Yeah.
And I think this is something what the people know exactly when they be in the live trading room. When we're looking also into the dollar index when we're trading gold, why is this important for us to looking into the dollar index?
Oh, because this is like a VIX very often when we match everything very well. GBZ and dollar index. All metals are pricing in dollar index, and the main rule says if dollar index going up, this have a pressure to the price of the metals, and how we can connect this and remember pushing to the downside. So inverted correlation, ladies and gents. Most of the time. 3.27K on SPX on pre-market. Oh boy, what a move, what the impulse. More than 100 points on NQ. 40 points on ES. Amazing. So I'm guessing our target one day max. What do you think, Pat, today? With that kind of pressure.
So I would be not having any BS. I would more looking into what was really happened. So we have the flipping point at the moment where we flip from positive gamma to negative gamma, looking to the left side. So we're breaking out now from here where we was rejecting. Now we're breaking and we're going through the first box, it looks like. So why is this important? Because as box-to-box trader, it's really interesting to target the next box. But again, take a closer look to the VIX. If the VIX is supporting you, if the VIX goes down, most likely the market will be going up. But if we getting a pullback from the VIX to put support and high vol USDT, I would be really careful with this. And we are near the 7,000 on SPX. So that's why, I don't know.
Some reaction, 7K.
There will be the reaction if you're touching this. Yes, 100%.
Of course.
And also, I don't know, for gold, really interesting now, our GEX3, take a closer look. Did we get the breakout and coming to core resistance one day max? Yes or no? We will see it. And then Q is also on the decision area. Why? Because here, take a closer look. Here we go. Here we go. And here we go. Can we break through this? Coming back to one day max? That's the question. This would be the plan A. But as you know, we are not BS. We have always a plan A, plan B, and plan C. If you're not going through this, we can target possible the next one, high vol, put support 0 DTE with high vol 0 DTE, and that's it. But therefore, we need some reaction on the VIX first. Fabio, do you was seeing something special with the new snapshots?
I'm checking that now. Well, not yet, because of course the mark, we will need to wait the opening bell, I think, because the pre-market, the 7:45 is just looking at the updated open interest from yesterday. So we now don't have the information about what's gonna change until the open. So 9:35, 9:50.
What a volume we have after the economic data. It's really spectacular.
So why is this important to be staying now? Be patient, Maciej. What do you think?
Oh man, first things first. Take a look how also conversion very well looks and works from last snapshot when you're using SPY to ES. Man, this is amazing. And also similar view on NQ when we have QQQ. So we was staying above HVL, put support 0 DTE from QQQ on NQ when we convert this. Also we have near the same level HVL put support and HVL 0 DTE. And what we have? Good information, market pressure, and boom, what we have? We are coming to the place where we have second cluster, core resistance 0 DTE with gamma wall from NQ, and a little bit below core resistance with HVL 0 DTE from QQQ, what is amazing.
Yep.
Also interesting, when you're converting GLD to gold to GCG, we are staying a little bit above one day mean and put support right now. So if everything works on this side, then this big gap will be only need a time.
And also, I think why I be more patient at the moment is I know exactly that we near the 7,000 on SPX. We was not hitting this. So let's wait until the market open. If on open we going straight to 7,000, the reaction there. And also I'll be more an NQ trader and the X trader, as you know. Why I'm not taking it? Because I was mapping this out here. We are at the top, at the top, at the top. We try to break out, we fake it, we not came through with this. Why? Because we have first to wait for the reaction on the 7,000, I believe. And also on ES, we have here our wall, as we was talking before. We was mapping this out, and we have no continuation on the VIX at the moment. The VIX puts back to put support and put supports USDTE. And for gold, we have also no dropping anymore on the dollar index. We are also now on a really interesting area where we can break out or we fake it. And we need also a little bit support from the dollar index. So that's why on my side, be patient. Plan C is in the play.
I catch some reaction right now from first start trying
Congratulations.
touch 7K. That was screaming to me.
And also, guys, if you have any questions, please, this is a good time because this is for you guys. So any question you have, I think there was a few, we're going to go over those as well. But
Maybe, Maciej, you can look into the SPY. Someone was asking about SPY, how it looks like with our levels. Do you have this on your side?
Yeah, give me a second. I finish mapping to have quicker view what is going on. And boom, voila, SPY. Yes, this is how it looks right now on ES. And what was the question about this?
Oh, SPY. Only SPY. Someone won't take an analyzing about SPY, the ETF, only the ETF.
So we are sitting on positive gamma regime after crossing 694. What we can expect? Extended moves, 695, 693, then acceleration to 690. If we cross this, I'm guessing with another snapshot, we will trying to build something below. But if we're staying above 695, 6, what we can expect? Zone to 700 right now is with positive gamma regime, and above right now tiny profile, so nothing special. GEX difference right now, the big pile 697 as a median price, 696, 695 right now we are sitting here. HVL from end of the day 692. So from this perspective, end of the day data, we are still sitting in positive gamma regime, so the supporting turtle moves. But if we add also, but I need a second for this, intraday look, please hold the line. 694, as I mentioned, 2 times HVL sitting. So for me, one of the most important clusters right now. Why? Because from zero DTE perspective and whole chain, if we cross this, then flushes and other stuff, extended moves. What I mean by that, with extended moves without directional, for example, so also V recovery, something like this, should be staying in our heads, because extended moves are sitting in negative regime, but it's not telling us about directional moves. So I hope this cover everything. So let's jump back to our charts. If not, let me know.
Everything's good. Guys, and if you have questions, you can ask anytime. The session is for you.
So first resistance, which we mapped together, as you can see, works very well on ES. Right now supporting zone is 6 points below. If we cross this, we have 2 times from the upper and downside perspective windows. So right now I will be waiting what they do in the zone, 720 plus minus 718. Near similar view we have on NQ right now. We are coming back to the cluster zone and then 2 times gap. And on gold, copy paste for 60.25. Then we have gap to for 666, the devil one, with jokes, of course, from the downside perspective, round label with 10-point zone, $10 zone supporting us.
All right, so let's see how core resistance will be working out on NQ, and also GAX3 at the moment in the play on GZG with core resistance and gamma wall 0 DTE on SPX. So let's see. We are now on decision areas on gold, SPX, and NQ. So here we go. Let's see.
But for you, on pre-market, all-time highs are solid or not? Because for me, are not such important.
I'm not looking into this so much, to be really honest. For me, it's a bigger picture. So the weekly. So if you're talking about indices like Nasdaq, SPX, for me the bigger picture is more important. The weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, the yearly, really more the bigger picture. And if I'm trading, for example, as you see on my charts, the 30-minute time frame, the structure is much more important. I don't care if this is pre-market high, pre-market low. The structure is more important for me. If you're holding the structure, if you're breaking out of structure, that's really what matters for me. Because at the end, I'm looking also like you into options on options data. We're looking into gamma levels. There's no pre-market high, pre-market low on the options levels. So for this reason, I don't care.
This is true. But from my experience, that kind of lows or highs should be done on normal solid session, none on pre-market or aftermarket, as a solid top or as a solid bottom.
I was personally not speaking today about converting QQQ levels to NQ. For me, if you have the opportunity like what you have on TradingView, I find it much more important to have the full picture, like looking into the ES, looking into the SPX, looking into the SPY, and looking into the VIX, for example, or for NQ, NDX, QQQ, and VXN. So converting VIX to VXN. So that's really, for me, more important, because then you have the bigger picture from the Nasdaq. Why is this important, Fabio? Because we have 3 different option chains, correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. I can share. Let me share a slide actually, because I was preparing some documentation yesterday. Um, yeah, so basically having the 3 option chain is very, very important, because they can give you some sort of like information um, coming from correlation. So you always have to think who is trading what, and basically looking at the different correlation can help you. So let me just open up in a second. I'll be give me a couple of minutes, Patrick.
No worries, Fabio. But the cool thing is we see it now on our chart. This is also something what I will be stressed always and every single day in the MenthorQ Pro Room. So we was here on the call resistance with the gamma was the UDTE. We was not able to break it. Was this now a good idea to take the long here on call resistance and the gamma was 0 DTE? I don't know, but what I was seeing is like the VIX was coming back to put support 0 DTE. It was not getting any momentum more to the downside. And as pro room member, the VIX is really important. I follow this as timing for my entry. And if I'm seeing no continuation on the VIX, for me, the breakout would be not in the play. And also, before we're not touching the 7,000 on SPX, I have no interest in doing any bet on a breakout, because I want to see first the reaction on SPX to 7,000 before I'm thinking to taking the long trade. That's something what is really, really cool. I was shorting the top here. What was my entry price? I was taking some notes here. My entry price is on the NDX. I'm trading at the moment NDX 850, 25, 850 on NDX. I'm trading at the moment my contract for difference account. So was in place, was good. And the entry, one simple rule: no continuation on the VIX. We are at the top. We're not getting follow through. Also, the SPX was not touching SPX 7,000. So really simple and easy to follow. Having always a plan A, plan B, plan C. I like the long side also, like you maybe. But for me, there must be something happen before I'm taking the long. At the moment, short is in the play. And that's it. How's looking like on your side, Maciej? You have any positions open? You're looking for something?
Right now, no. I was jumping out from 7K and waiting for start of normal session. I will check what they do, if they come back to the base, and later what also will be coming to the market, because the day it starts, not ending. So maybe 5 minutes to refresh myself, and then before we start procession, taking a look, checking what is going on, and trade.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
And trade.
Yeah.
Right now, after I'm out from my position, I'm not seeing anything interesting on my side. So I will be not lying you. I will be stay patient patience pays me the best price for this. Waiting for the good setup, reaction, and boom, we are coming and checking if this idea was good or not.
Yeah, and the short was also working good. So with
Of course,
patience, really waiting. Like it's a good profit now. We have a plan. We know exactly what we see. We won't see the confirmation. So for me, for the VIX, I won't see it basically from the SPX. Was a really good one for now. Now I'm taking partial profits because we're coming more near to the open. So just wait, take partial profit so that you cannot lose on this, bring your position on break even, and then enjoy the profits, enjoy the CPA day, and waiting for the next good setup. But what is important, Maciej? Have a plan.
ABC.
Perfect. That's it. That's it,
If,
my friends. Have a plan
so,
A.
if
Have
for
a plan
example
B.
you are too late for plan A, maybe above you have plan B, waiting for something. So no worries, stay calm, have a clear view what is going on, don't be mad, don't be pissed, reset yourself, refresh, then come back, wait for your setup and make the action. We have
Again,
last minute. Fabio, do we have some questions?
So there's a question: when is the NQ trading live? So I think you're referring to the pro kind of live trading. So I think, Patrick, I don't know if you want to explain what you guys do in the pro session every
of
morning.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But first things first, we have a live trading session this Friday on OPEX, where we're here with you today, where we explain everything, what we see, when we're taking trades. Of course, this is not Signal Group, but you get all our thoughts. We shut out when we're going in the market, when we get out of the market, when we stay neutral. We explain everything from A to Z. We explain also our plan A, B, C. This is on Friday. This is available for everyone. This is once a month. This is that you can see how we're using the data. The live trading session is from Monday to Thursday. We're starting at 9:15 for around 2.5 hours, where we're trading together with our pro members, mostly NQ, Gold, ES, SPX. We're adding also now forex because euro is very interesting and very important for us as gold traders. So this is the main one where we're trading together. And then we have on Monday we have our market outlook where we're talking about swing trading setups. We have the market outlook on Wednesday where we're talking also about swing trading setups. And on Tuesday and Thursday, what we have our masterclass session where we're taking a deep dive into topics was really interesting. The last deep dive, Fabio, it was about how to build an effective roadmap, how you can use it, where you have to looking for so that you can use this on your own end. The other session before the first session this year was about the VIX, how you can use the VIX for timing. It's also recording. It's available for everyone who is joining us now. This is what we're doing, Fabio. And
Amazing.
we forget. We have also launched 2026 the mentorship session, yeah. So you can book a call with us from Monday to Thursday, whenever you need, but fair use, of course. Whenever you need our help, is something holding you back. Maybe you was having a good day, bad day. You want talking about your trades. You can book a session. Maximum 4 people will be in the session. If you be lucky, you're alone with us. But then you get your mentorship session there. It's 30 minutes or 1 hour. And this is also available for all pro members.
I will not saying this loudly, but if you are not lucky, you can also ask when is a free period.
Yeah, and it's very interactive, so that's the great part.
So what you will get our attentions. We can cover your problems, your issue with the psychology side. We can also jump and take a look how you, for example, trade if you are not shy and everything. So if you are, the most important thing, not shy, need help, would you like share with us what is going on, for example, in your head or maybe on your platform? Don't worry, we are for you.
Also, it's not about when you're losing, it's also about how you want to build an A plus setup, how you want to build good habits, yeah. Or if you was making a really good trade and you want to take a look into this and you need some experts who are helping you to define A plus setups for you. So every trader is individual. We understand this. It's also if you be having a good run or something like this and you want scale as a trader, we helping you. We redefine for you together with you processes. Yeah. All right, guys. I think it was a good session.
I also have that have ideas. So thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you
guys.
tomorrow.